Nigeria versus Igbo king must go reactivated in Ghana, guys. According to the information I'm seeing on these flyers, there will be a massive protest coming on the 25th April 2026 in Accra, Ghana. Guys, without wasting much of your time, let's hear why Ghanaians want to send Nigerians out of their country. Or should I say, why they want to join South Africa? Because currently, South Africa and other countries are sending Nigerians out of their country also. Okay, let me be specific, illegal Nigerians. Guys, but before we watch, I would love to appreciate my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for always clicking in. And if you're new here, my name is Delphina. I'm super happy to have you here. Please don't make it your last by subscribing to the channel, like this video and share the video. Also do all to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. Let's get right into it.
So if they are insulting their own fathers and their own kings and queens, how much more foreigner? So automatically shows that they are not cultured. It shows that they're out of their mind, are out of their mind. They're out of their mind, are out of their mind. They're out of their mind, are out of their mind. They're out of their mind, are out of their mind.
Last year, this man said, Ghanaians, we are uncultured and we are out of our minds. Ghana youths, last year, this man open his mouth and said, Ghana youths, we are uncultured and we are out of our minds. Ghana leaders, and everywhere is quiet till now, no apology. Till now, no apology. His Excellency, Honorable Okujato Ablakwa, this foreigner last year said, Ghanaians, we are uncultured and we are out of our minds. Ghana police, this man said, you people, you are uncultured and you are out of your minds. Honorable Okujato Ablakwa, this foreigner said, you are uncultured and you are out of your minds. Ghana judges, this man said, you people are uncultured and you people, you are out of your mind. Our brothers and our sisters in immigration, this foreigner said, you people, you are uncultured and you people, you are out of your minds. Our parliamentarians, both NDC and MPP, this foreigner said, we Ghanaians, you people, you are uncultured and you people, you are out of your minds. Until now, no apology. And you people have forgotten about this issue. Is the Ghana country and its leaders scared of foreigners? Are you people scared of foreigners? To put this man in a position where he belongs to? Because the country is quiet. So you people think we have forgotten about this. Let's put whatever kingdom aside. Let's tackle this impunity, these filthy words coming out of his mouth. Ghana youths are uncultured. They are out of their minds. Yes. Because, fine, you can say, not our leaders. Now our leaders give birth to us now. Sure. We are uncultured. We are out of our minds. Saying it with boldness. Ghanaians, we are not people who are scared. We are not fearful. You can say we don't care. But when we rise with mighty jets. I don't think anybody will tell us. I visit back this video and I am angry. The next president, I am angry. Our leaders are not angry. The youth are angry. You come from your own country, come to another country, telling its citizens that we are uncultured, we are out of our minds. Ghana youths, this man said you people are mad. You are mad people. this a play. Until now, we have given you opportunity to at least to apologize to the country. Lalai. Such impunity and filthy life. Can any Ghanaian do that sort thing in Igbo land? We are angry. We are angry. And this matter, the leaders of this country should pick this matter now, before it turns to anything else. Because you cannot be living with people who are uncultured, who are out of their minds. Yes, I'm angry. And when I'm angry, I can't. Anyway, I go back to the national president, and I still remain the #1 president all over the world. Still.
What is happening in South Africa and how some people are justifying the nonsense our Igbo countrymen are doing in South Africa. You know, it was about 2 weeks ago I came across this issue, and I said within me that what happened in Ghana, they have already taken it to South Africa. Now, I have seen several videos of some of their propagandists on the social media justifying this aberration. Justifying it. I just saw one of their spokesperson, Igbo Global, trying to put the blame on, of course, the Yoruba knows, and put the blame on South Africa. That is always a tune. Once our brothers mess up, she must look for somebody to blame. Now, when this issue came up 2 weeks ago, some Nigerians in South Africa came up and apologized, even on the social media, apologized to some of these South Africans who came to make their grievances known on the social media. And as I have learned, I learned that the SND that was installed was called upon to apologize to South Africans in order to de-escalate the issue, but he refused, and that the Igbo group also refused. And I have seen several of their videos claiming that what is wrong, and comments claiming that what is wrong in them having their leader in South Africa, the SND is the SND of Igbos in South Africa. I have seen several comments insulting South Africans. In fact, I saw a video that insulted the South Africans, claiming they were the ones that did this to South Africans, did that to South Africans. Now, it is taking a violent turn. A lot of businesses have been looted, a lot of vehicles have been burnt, and I even learned that a few people have lost their lives. 26 people have been injured, a few people have lost their lives. Now, the question is that when are Igbos going to call themselves, call one another, and actually speak to one another on this issue of going outside of Nigeria to misbehave and brand Nigeria a terrible name? If it is not happening in Thailand, it is happening in Indonesia, it is happening in Ghana, it is happening in Senegal. I've seen several videos in India. Sometime last year, several of these people were unalived in India. About 5 of them were unalived in India just because of this Uzogu character. And rather than for some educated ones who claim to be educated, intelligent, to call their people to order, to make videos, to make content, to educate their people on behavior, they'd rather come on the social media and put the blame on others. And I'm very sure at the end of all this rabble rousing, they are still going to say it is Yoruba people that went to instigate South Africa. That was what happened when it happened in Ghana. You have done it in Yoruba land, but because Yorubas have always been the one to take the whatever in Nigeria, you would rather turn around and say the Yorubas hate you. Now, do South Africans and Ghanaians hate you? Why compare Africa, South Africa, Ghana, Senegal to Europe and America? Now, In the US and in Europe, they practice multiculturalism. What we call multiculturalism. Their society believes in pluralism and multiculturalism. Most African countries do not believe in multiculturalism. They do not, including Nigeria. Many societies in Nigeria is a secular state, but many communities in Nigeria do not believe in multiculturalism, where you can a people group that is not indigenous to a particular place can just rise up and say they want to come and be doing the cultural festival in another people's group enclave community, even in Nigeria. Because my own Yoruba people, as a Yoruba woman, I am not sure I can stomach another ethnicity coming into my land to do their cultural festival, because Nigeria is not a multicultural nation as it were. It's a secular nation. Yes, you can practice your religion, but when it comes to culture, culture should stay where it originates, and I think it is like that in most African countries. There is a level to the kind of festival you can do in people's communities, indigenous communities, all across Africa. So, our Igbo brothers and sisters, stop giving ignorance on the social media. You must come to realize this. Be intelligent enough to understand people's culture, what people believe in their communities, and adhere to that. That is civilization. That is what civilization is about. If you go to someone else's community and you do not read the room, you cannot look out for how things are done. You are not civilized. It borders on barbarism. It is barbaric. You cannot travel all the way from Nigeria to South Africa to go and install as an Igbo. If you want to have a leader among yourselves, the Yorubas have leaders outside. They have their groups, societies outside. But nobody makes noise about installing their leader and calling the leader the titles that you people do in other people's lands. That is what is at stake. Nobody is saying you cannot have your own leader amongst you who will direct your affairs in foreign land. What we are saying is the pomp and pageantry and the claim of wanting to celebrate your cultural festival in another man's community, in another man's ancestral land. That is what is wrong. Most communities in Africa will not accept it, like it is accepted in Europe and in the Americas, because of their practice of multiculturalism and pluralism. We have to tell ourselves the truth. Now it has taken a violent turn. Nigerians and other foreigners, other African nationals in South Africa are paying the price for your own indiscretion, for your own zobu, your loudness. You're wanting to prove to everybody that you are the superior person.
You know, Nigerians are bringing shame on Africa.
My people, Amen. Let's watch this video.
One of the biggest drug dealing gangs in Bangkok is from Nigeria.
From Nigeria?
Yes! Don't deny, because if you deny and the evidence come, it means you lie to me. After you lie, I will not be so forgiving. You understand? Austin is calling.
My brother.
Yeah, your brother. From where?
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
Austin, from Nigeria.
Yes. You know, Nigerians are bringing shame on Africa. Nigerians are the curse of Africa. And from Nigeria, who is the biggest curse? Igbo people. Because they are selfish and they are stubborn and they lie so well. And that is why proper investigation is needed in order to expose the devil so everybody can see him clearly with all the evidence so that he can no longer be denying. Because if he deny, then the process means that you go to prison for a long time. Hello, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Good. Listen carefully. Because many stupid Igbos, they sit where you are sitting, and they lie and they lie and they lie, and they end up in prison for a long time. After they go to prison, I go to visit them there, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I should have been more respectful. I thought all police were stupid, like the Nua Popo that come beating me thinking that he is clever. But he was a fool because he doesn't know how to investigate first. You cannot just go into McDonald's and pick somebody up and harass them like that. No, 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 no. Because when people do that, God is not smiling. God will only smile at the officer that is working hard and doing proper investigation. Not being lazy, just walking into McDonald's and grabbing any Nigerian without knowing exactly how he is operating. Hello? Are you hearing me, Stanley?
Yes.
So you listen good. Don't talk yet, because if you talk, you might lie. If you lie, you might die. If you die, you might regret it afterwards. So sometimes it's better to keep quiet, because we might say something that will bring big problem for ourselves. Because we didn't understand that in the Bible it says, the truth shall set us free. Amen. What church you go to, Stanley?
I'm a Catholic church. I go to an Catholic.
What side?
Soy 29.
And what's the name of your pastor?
Pastor.
How you don't remember anything, do you?
Even though I go to church, every Sunday I go to church. I pray to God. I pray to God because nobody in this life is perfect. I pray to God to give me life and prosperity to face anything, any evil that comes my way, or any bad thing that want to happen in my life.
And what about if you yourself commit evil?
If I commit evil, I can never be. If I commit evil, my mind can never rest. If I kill somebody, I will. Even though I take a gun and kill somebody.
No, not killing people.
I know. Even though I do anything bad, my mind can never rest.
What about if we are moving drugs? Is that bad?
If I'm moving
Drugs. Is that bad?
I can say it's bad. It's bad. But any damage in this world any bad person in this life can change. That's what I believe in this life. I can be a murderer today, maybe someone.
No, I don't talk about murder.
Somebody can come to my life today and change my life.
Who is Eric?
My brother.
So, I'm not talking about murder, I'm talking about dealing drugs. Is it possible that somebody who is dealing drugs can stop dealing drugs?
It's possible.
You know, many Igbo that sit in this chair, they told me they will stop dealing.
I'll tell you.
And then you know what happened? The very next week, I find them with kilo. You understand? You see what your brothers have done?
My friend, let me tell you.
Only Igbo will sit in this chair and say my brother, and then he will go out and then he will be selling the thing the same as he was doing before.
Officer, can you allow me to say one thing? As I am here. Yes, this is Stanley. My name is Stanley. It's maybe next month I'll be 22 by special grace of God. I have a future. I have a bright future. I tell you. When I was in Nigeria, I love football. The only thing I want to be in this life is to be a footballer. Nothing else. I only fight for my future. If I have 1 million today, I will travel to Europe to join any academy. Maybe I do bad today. I'm not doing it because I just want to flex it money. I'm doing it to, if I have money, I go to Europe. My parents, they are very, very poor. Aww. If I see somebody that can help me today go to Europe, just give me any academy, stand with this play here. I can never. Even though it's my last, even though I can die for that person, can die. I have many brothers who have money, but they don't take care of me. They only want me to die. They say up to you, they don't care. I only say, even though I go to jail finding money to be a superstar, I go to jail because I was fighting for my future. Today, I tell you, I'm not happy I'm in this country. The country that I wanted to go is England or Australia. Football. Today, Thailand, I go to Thailand in Reactivated to join football. They didn't accept me. They said we don't have any space for football. Only Thai people. Most people that play this, people that have connection. I don't have connection. I don't have anybody that can put me through. Officer, believe me.
Thank you very much for watching this video. So now, the Thailand police now know the differences, the different tribes in even in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shame. As young as he is, dealing with drugs, you have gotten opportunity to reach Thailand. Why not walk? Your country is bad. You have gotten opportunity to reach Thailand. At least Thailand with different government, different environment. Why not do work with your hands? Aww. Why not? But you still go there, that you are chasing your dream of playing football. If playing football in Europe and you do hard work and make money, can't you go to the Europe yourself than to do drugs? Ladies and gentlemen, and according to the Thailand police, he said, most dangerous and criminals are the Igbos. Igbos, always Igbos. Igbos are the people destroying Nigeria. Because they are selfish. These are not my words. That is the words of the officer. Ladies and gentlemen, and our Igbos. Igbo Kwenu. Oh, he don't do. He don't do. Everywhere Igbo will go, Igbo will cause trouble. Now look, South Africa, Igbos cause trouble to entire African country. Ghana, Igbos. What kind of people are you? What kind of people are you? Igbo man want to carry something on his head as if, I don't know, as if coughing on their head, claiming they are king. Everywhere you people want to go with your kingdom. Everywhere you people must go with your kingdom. Now look, Thailand know you people as the devil himself in Nigeria. What kind of people are you? Anyway, I go by the name the Nyash president, and I still remain the #1 president all over the world. Still is in power to the Nyash. One of them.